When I turned to the north, I saw the smoke plume. So the fire started on our property.
On July 29, 2022, Klamath River resident and former volunteer firefighter Mike Story says he responded to a fire on his property. He quickly realized he needed more help.
I naively thought that it was going to be okay.
Once Forest Service and CAL FIRE firefighters arrived, Story says everything seemed under control until it wasn't.
Storm came in and blew the fire everywhere. It was that time we had to evacuate.
This was the McKinney Fire. The fire blew up overnight, reaching over 30,000 acres by the next day. Siskiyou County Office of Emergency Services Director Brian Shannoni recalls what he saw the evening the fire started.
And you could start to see that plume building, and you could the wind was moving pretty quick, and then you saw the thunder and or the lightning strikes, and we knew that we were going to be in for a long night.
Shannoni says it did not take long before evacuations were in place. They lasted for weeks.
It was a super evolving incident because it kept moving and it kept changing, and also at the one point we had 5,800 people under evacuation. We were looking at full evacuation of the city of Wairika and full movement of our emergency operations center to a remote location.
In the end, the McKinney Fire burned over 60,000 acres in the Klamath National Forest. Tens of thousands of fish in the Klamath River died as a result of massive debris flows from flash flooding during the fire. It was California's deadliest fire in 2022, with 4 confirmed fatalities, all from Klamath River, which has a population of just 190 people. 185 structures were also destroyed.
Essentially, when I got back, the hall was gone, everything was gone, and it was such a devastating day.
Right behind me is where the Klamath River Community Hall once stood. Through fundraising, grant money, and even volunteer work, they're hoping to rebuild it so the community has a place to gather once again.
We felt that it was symbolic that we, used the lumber, I guess, that was given to us by the fire inadvertently to rebuild the hall and try and make lemonade out of lemons.
That lumber was donated by the Klamath National Forest. Story, who is the chairman of the board for the community hall, says the plan is to make the hall even better than before. They want it to be larger, add a pavilion for shade, and upgrade the area around it. But the project could cost $1 to $2 million.
People are starting to move back. People that are looking to move down this area to purchase property, I think, would feel pretty good that there was a community hall and a place to get together, a place for recreation.
1 year after the devastation, the rebuild process is just starting for many in the community. Siskiyou County OES says the full cleanup for the fire just finished in June, but the job is far from over.
This is the hard part. So this is the long part of recovery. This is where homes are going to start getting rebuilt. We're going to try to find places where survivors can really, this is where the survivors really lean on each other. We're still seeing unmet needs. We're still seeing people struggling to get plans approved. Where the finances are going to come to get equipment or get telephone poles or wood or whatever it might be.
Now that process begins for the people in Klamath River.
Our community is still here. Our community still loves this area. Help is coming. Obviously, it's never fast enough, but there are reasons to hold your head high, and we will get past this.